All right, all right, all right. Welcome, everyone, to Andromeda 7, your celestial gateway. Hey, this is episode 2 of the Human Curriculum. It's a 10-part series we started last week. So if you haven't seen last week's, go back. We talk about triggers. And boy, were we triggered just a few minutes ago. Oh, we were talking in the green room, so to speak, about a few triggers we all experienced this week. So it was like, yes, guilty. Yes, had one. And we talked about that. So it was really kind of cool. But tonight we're talking about when the universe ghosts you. And this is more about why silence is a spiritual curriculum in a sense. And today we're exploring silence, divine confusion, and uncomfortable silence. And I'm not talking about meditation. This is when you really want something, okay? Here's your situation. You spend time wanting something, particular outcome maybe. You applied for a job or a new home, a partner, a pet, whatever you want, maybe a car. And it's what you put the energy into, and you're praying for a positive. Somebody's messing with my screen. Not cool. Okay. What's going on here?
I don't know. Mine too.
Yeah, this is quite interesting here. All
Mine
right.
too.
Okay. Sorry about that, you guys. Yeah, let's get back into it. Okay. So whatever it is you want, you put your energy into it. You're praying for a successful outcome, all the positivity you can muster, and then this happens. It completely falls through. It deconstructs right before your eyes. Has this ever happened to you guys? Well, it's happened to me many times. So this is so interesting because you'll sit there and being in this, being a little woo-woo and being spiritual, we all are told about how we can manifest our destiny, how if we really want something, we can manifest it. And in the early stages of my spiritual experiences, I wanted a certain type of business, and I had found a location that I wanted, and I really wanted this. And I went to the location.
Did she freeze up?
I imagine.
Yeah, she's freezing up in and out, Laurie. She'll be right back, everyone. You can hear me, right, Brian?
Yes, I can.
Okay, she'll be right back. She's just freezing up in and out. She'll fix it.
Yeah, I thought it might have been me for a minute, but
no. And Johan, if you can hear me while Laurie's out, use the other show link, Johan, because there's a show link for both cell phones and laptops. So you're seeing people cut off because you're using one for the cell phone. Use the other show link. Yeah, she's still cutting in and out. So she might be talking and not know that she's cutting in and out. So let's see if she comes on over here. To bring it back up to tell her.
You don't have to tell me. I've heard everything you said.
Okay.
I don't understand what's going on, but freaking technology here. Hang on a minute. I need to, hang on. I need to make some adjustments here. Boy, that really triggers me. I'm a bit triggered right now.
Technology can trigger
and I'm not happy about it. But what am I going to do?
Yeah. See, she's spooling. Johan, I can hear you okay. I thought it was part of the show.
Oh, I'm going to keep. Nope, it's not. Okay, here we go. We're starting to come back. All right, you know what we're going to do? Instead of going into all that, I think we'll just take a look at everybody in chat. Say hello to everyone. Hi. Hey, Mary Wins. Good to have you. Thanks for being here.
Hey, Mary.
Lucky Stone, always a pleasure. I've been enjoying your show. I'm looking forward to see what you got going on tomorrow. Yeah. And Regine Huddleston, good to see you as well. Johan, how are you? It's been a long time. Good to see you here. Awesome. Elderberry, always a pleasure. Yes, I was triggered, but hey, I'm over it now. All right. Okay. So, as I was saying, and so sorry for the technology thing, but nothing I can do about that. We're talking about our 10-part series, The Human Curriculum. This is episode 2, When the Universe Ghosts You. And what I was talking about was, I'm not talking about meditation or anything like that. It's when you're trying to manifest something in your life and you really want something. And I was talking about what had happened to me when I had my business and I was looking to expand it. And I had found a really nice location, went over there, looked in the window, started really thinking about how things were going to be when I was going to be in there. I put my hand on the door to just kind of claim the space. And then a few weeks roll by, a few more weeks roll by, a month rolls by, and I don't hear anything from the lease company. So I'm driving to go get lunch one day, and I look over at the shop, and somebody's moving into the shop. And I thought, what the heck is going on here? So I'm completely just kind of, disappointed. I don't know what's happening. I called the lease company and they said, yeah, we decided to lease it to someone else. I said, gee, thanks for letting me know. That was really kind of, wow, I can't believe you guys did that, but okay. So at that point, I was like, why is this happening to me? This is like everything I've ever worked for, wanted. I wanted to be in that shop. I wanted to expand, and it just wasn't happening. And I know that we all kind of experience that kind of a thing. Well, a few weeks goes by and a friend of mine pops into the shop and he says, hey, I think I just found your new place. I said, you did? So he told me where it was. And this is literally down the street from where Teresa lives. No joke.
Yeah.
So,
this is amazing.
You can't make this up. You can't make this up. So I said, all right. So I drive over and I take a look at it and I pull up to the front of the building. And it's exactly what I had imagined and pictured in my mind. A couple of weeks later, we got the place. So sometimes the universe has its way of saying, this isn't for you, but you don't know it at the time. And you don't understand why all this is happening because you're thinking to yourself, I really want this and I'm trying my best to make this happen, but it's not always working that way. So here's the simple answer why this is happening. It's not where you're meant to be. And the universe is not supporting this action because divine intelligence is at work here and it knows your plan. So it can't support that timeline. You're operating from an old identity and endings are just that. You experienced something and now you've gained the knowledge. And I liken it to like an old outfit that you've outgrown. You need a new outfit and better suited for your needs. So silence is data. It's a boundary from the universe saying, not this, not now. And you're just supposed to feel the disappointment because it's real, right? It's real. But don't confuse silence with rejection. Now, in ancient Egyptian temples, silence was an initiation. You weren't ignored, you were being prepared. And forcing to manifest something doesn't help, it just disappoints. So tonight, we're asking the question of the panel and, of course, everyone in chat. How do you feel the universe has ghosted you and what's your situation and how did you get through it? Now, Teresa, I know for you, your whole moving experience, and I'm going to go ahead and remove this little banner here because it's kind of in the way. We all know what the show is tonight, but you experienced that.
Yeah.
And I mean, more than once, you were like, okay, here we go. Making a right turn here. My blinker's on. I'm braking. I'm tapping the brakes. Here we go. And then That's not happening. So you're like, all right, I'm going to make a left over here. That's not happening.
True.
Tell us about it.
Very true.
And how did it work out for you?
Well, I never thought of it as ghosting. Because, from a human perspective, that's a very unfortunate way that people treat other humans when they're disappointed with them. Hi, Nick. Welcome. There you go. So it's when people ghost other people from a human perspective, it's almost like you feel rejected, or you feel like you're being punished for some reason, but you don't know why. Or you feel like, somebody's letting you down. You might not always know why. They just stop talking to you or disappear. People you really care about and love, and you've done something that's ticked them off, but you don't know what. That's a very human thing. The universe doesn't act like a human. The universe is full of love and support. And so when you don't get the kind of response, like I didn't get all the responses I thought I would get, no matter how hard I tried to follow my spiritual practices, go into meditation, put myself into service for others. I was doing all the right things, From a spiritual perspective, I felt like I was listening to my guides, my coaches, even my earth angels like Laurie. I was listening to people that have a great deal of wisdom, and I was putting everything into action, but I was also doing some other things. Turns out that had I succeeded in a lot of those things that I was trying to do and expected from the universe in return for being a good little girl, was actually the universe's way of protecting me.
That's exactly right.
Those guides that were coaching me, and the energy I would feel from source would be like, they're going to call any day, or this is going to happen and that's going to happen. And I'm like, and when it didn't happen, I'm like, why are you doing this to me? So I started blaming the universe for letting me down. So the perception is a human egoic perception of, you're not fulfilling my expectations. Why not? I'm doing A, B, C, D, E. Why are you ghosting me? Why are you ignoring me? Why are you doing me? Why are you letting me down? Do you want me to fail? Am I supposed to believe that everything I've been listening to is false? So then you start questioning your own intuition, in your own divinity, in your own, you start criticizing yourself. And when you get in that, the snowball rolls, and you start losing trust and faith in any source of energy that might be trying to help you. So that's what happened to me. And it took me a while to realize, oh my gosh, everything's unfolded for the best outcome possible.
For a reason. Yeah. And it doesn't feel like it at the time. You just don't see it, because hindsight's 2020, right? And you just go, why is this happening to me? And you just start questioning everything, but everything happens for a reason.
But there's something everybody should know. And it might not happen to everybody the way it happened with me. Let me make that clear. But I have a feeling it probably does. When you get to the point where you're just ready to freaking give up.
Yeah, it's you surrender. You throw your hands up. You're like, all right, I've had it. That's when everything changes.
It's the attitude.
You're not giving the resistance.
Yeah, but your human is laying there on the bed, looking up at the ceiling and going, it's it.
Yeah.
You get to that point, and then the universe goes, oh, no. We need to help you here. We need to give you something to go to this channel and watch this lady. You need to hear what she has to say. I started getting these little, and even Laurie would drop me a link to something. And I started filling my thoughts with listening to people who have been through it. And there was one exercise in particular. Do you remember that exercise, Laurie, where she said, close your eyes and see yourself in a bad way, and then close your eyes and see yourself in a good way, and then what do you see? What do you focus on? A license plate. Sonia Coquette. And hers was, so I was looking at a street sign, or I was looking at a sign, and the first thing it said was Golden Nugget, win 50,000. And then over here it said, no parking here. And over here it said, park at your own risk. And I think I shared this on one of our other shows. The message I was getting is, don't put your thoughts and your heart and your mind and park it there in that. That's the wrong attitude, because you're going to park at your own risk of losing everything. And I was. I was getting ready to get sued. There were so many things going on. I don't want to get into the trees here.
It could have gone a completely different direction.
Really, really bad. And I'm living in a hotel with barely anything. So it was costing me money, and I was at my wit's end. And I said, I need money. Money. I need money. That's what's important. No.
Well,
have what you need.
Teresa, because I know your situation, this is really important for people to remember, okay?
Yeah.
First of all your needs were being met. You had a roof over your head. You had a bed to sleep in. You had food. You had everything was there for you. You had it. It just wasn't as comfortable as you were envisioning once you got to where you're at. And everyone can see you have a very nice place now.
Yeah.
And it all worked out. But fighting it and having resistance is only going to make the situation worse.
Well, I just kept feeling like I was losing money, all the money back at home.
You were spinning your wheels.
Losing money having to live this way.
Yeah. But now that now that you're on the other side of the situation, how has things changed for you? How have they changed?
Well, now I've got an abundance of everything.
And
everything's better than I would have thought it would have been. And I got enough to get me through and out of Maryland.
Enormous changes like you did. Now think about this. You made huge changes. You left your state of Maryland. You sold absolutely everything you had. You had the clothes on your back, a suitcase. You really, really showed the universe you were serious about moving and making things happen. And you weren't going to be stopped by anything. And so I think in a way you were kind of being tested. And I would say were being tested by yourself, by the highest aspect of yourself to see what you could handle. And if you can handle that, then you can handle anything. And also, don't you think it's made you a much stronger person?
Definitely. I'm stronger, and I have more faith than I ever had before. Because the universe demonstrated to me, you see what happens when you go with the flow and trust and rely on your higher thoughts, and not park yourself in a negative.
It's really about trust. You have to learn to trust the plan.
And you have to love yourself.
Yes. And stick with it and know that things are going to work out the way they're meant to. And it's like Abraham Hicks says, things are always working out for me. Things are always working out for me.
It's not always about the money.
Yeah. And it's not what's not good about it. It's, what's not
good about this.
Yeah. You want to look at it as what's good about it. Always find the positive in every situation. It doesn't matter what's happening.
But the trick is believing.
Yes.
What's good about it. When you make a list of what's good about it, and you make a list and you throw out the what's bad about it, you have to believe in the what's good about it. Yeah. Even if it means you have to take a risk.
Yes.
Even if it means you get a little less here than you got here. It's the long-term investment. It's the investment in your trust and love and self-respect to head in a direction that you might not normally head in, because you're trying to think of all these goodies over here. Well, forget the goodies over here. Let them go. And trust that checklist. And that's really trusting your inner self and your own intuition is what it's doing. Because you're part of you're a reflection of the universal oneness.
Exactly.
And the creator. So anyway.
Yeah. Well, that was a perfect example. So that was just one example I wanted to give, because you really persevered, you showed resolve, you didn't quit.
Uh-uh.
Even when things look bleak and really grim, you were able to stay positive and stay above it. And that's what we're talking about here tonight. So the universe is always supporting you. The universe is divine intelligence. It's pure love and intelligence, and it knows what is best for you. Even if you don't, they know what your plan is.
Right on, Lucky Stone. Sometimes you need to speak what you observe in your life to comprehend it.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you, Lucky. That's true.
Yeah. Hey, Milky Way Soul Tribe. How are you doing, Robert B? Good to see ya. We got Steve Bow in the house. Got a few more people coming in. Claudette, good to see you as well. Yeah, right on. Glad you're all joining us. It's a nice, safe place to talk about all things woo-woo. You're in the right place. I love it. Hi, Nick. It's good to see you. I've got you on mute for just a minute because you've got some people talking in the background, but I'm going to go to Brian and see. Brian, do you have a similar story to tell?
I don't know really story, but I do know, there's been quite a few times, especially in the past, where, I would put it out to the universe or pray that, I would want something and then it wouldn't manifest for me. And I would get frustrated. I was like, well, why ain't this happening? What am I doing to make this not happen? And when I finally figured out that when I was putting it out there, I was attached to an outcome.
Yeah. Oh, very good point.
And when I started putting it out to the universe, asking for whatever it is, the help or whatever I needed, and then I let it go, knowing that when it comes time, the universe will provide for me. It started happening easier and easier. Things started what I was wanting to happen once I let it go and just put it in the hands of the universe and said, all right, whatever the outcome is, the outcome is. I'm not going to attach myself to it. So
you just trusted. You knew that no matter what happens, it's going to be in my best interest.
Right. And if I sat in my highest and best. So if I sat there and worried about it every single day, then look what kind of energy I was putting into it by worrying about it. So once I realized, don't worry about it, just trust that the process will happen when it is meant to happen. If you want it to happen tomorrow, it may not happen tomorrow. It may be next week. It may be a month from now. But eventually, if you trust the process, when you put it out there, eventually it will happen for you.
Yeah.
And
yes, it will.
Just don't be attached to the outcome, because
that's the challenge.
Like you said, when you didn't get that first shot, you were disappointed. It's because you were attached to the outcome of what you were putting out there. But
and the moment I let go, and the moment you let go, and you surrendered, it shifted.
A better opportunity came for you because of that. It was probably a better place, maybe, than what you originally wanted to get.
It was, yes. In every way, it was. It was exactly perfect. Yeah. And you know what's interesting about that? The moment I got that new shop, I felt like everything I'd worked for my whole life finally came to that head. And then I was like, oh, I'm here. And it just wasn't as much fun anymore after that.
Because there was a lot of work.
Yeah, I got there, but then I was like, I'm here. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think once you got past that disappointment of it not happening, you just kind of let it go. And it was like, all right. All of a sudden, bam, the universe said, well, here, since you just let go of it and you're not attached anymore to the outcome, so we're going to make this happen for you. And it's even going to be better for you because you're not attached to the outcome.
Exactly. Yes, exactly right. I love that. Hey, Nick, how you doing?
Hey, what's up? We're good.
Hey, Nick.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
What a trooper.
Yeah, I know. We're at a spiritual group right now. But I can't miss this. So.
I love that. Well, I hope you're not. I hope they're okay with that.
They seem fine with it.
Oh,
they're doing their own thing. They're doing Reiki and talking.
Awesome. Well,
Awesome.
Nick, I know you can speak on this because you've been going through a very similar type of situation.
So I joined a little late. So what is the question exactly?
Well, we're talking about how the universe ghosts you and, wanting a job or trying to manifest something in your life and things aren't happening for you.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
So I got a little update on that. I already told Laurie and Teresa a bit about it, but I did get a job offer for
Fantastic.
it's called an RBT. Basically, it's a therapist / teacher for kids between the age of 1 to 10 for autism. So basically, they want to put me into training and all that stuff. Well, now I'm at an impasse. Now they put me into negotiation, Nick, because in my offer letter, they're offering $15 an hour.
Mhm.
The job posting, they said being anywhere between 18 to 20. So I'm like, okay, you're lowballing me. Like, I'm not doing it for the money, but I'm kind of in the Teresa mindset about money right now because I'm gonna be honest, I'm almost flat broke, so I need money.
Yeah, it's
And
scary. It's a
yeah.
scary feeling.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I do have all my wants being met, like you mentioned. I got the food, I got the house, blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
But I need a safety net. Anyone with financial literacy will agree on me with that. So that's not. I don't see that as being money hungry. I'm just seeing
No,
that
it's
as
pure survival.
and making your priorities straight, basically.
Mhm.
So some people will say, "Oh no, you can't. Don't chase the money. Don't chase the money." I'm just like, sometimes situations you kind of have to.
Sometimes you have to
Yeah,
you feel like you have to, and if you
yeah,
can't,
yeah.
yeah.
I went 6 months without a job. I've gone 5 years without a job and managed it. So like kept my because I'm very good at I'm just very good at financial literacy. So like I can handle it. But once stuff starts kicking up, I have to grind. I don't grind.
Mhm.
So
I'll,
that's just part of life.
and it could be the universe's way of nudging you to call them and go, hey, do you realize that your advertisement was this? We talked. I was really super excited, but your letter says something different. What's up with that?
Yeah.
And if it's because it's a different location, I'm willing to work a little differently to help make this happen because I really need this.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, it's the only thing that's so there's a way to that sometimes the universe puts you in that role. But
Yeah.
with me, but you can also get into that controlling mindset that I got into. You don't want to go there. But sometimes it's just a nudge to speak up and be your true self and put yourself out there and take the risk and say, hey, before I make this decision, I need to ask you this.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I know what my soul mission is. I am supposed to be a teacher of sorts to a large audience. This correlates with that because, on stuff like the show,
Yeah.
I'm targeting teenagers and adults.
Mm-hmm.
This would expand that even further to children, and not just children, but children that have a social disadvantage starting out that I could remedy and help them, get a better leg and foothold in society. So I thought that was a great idea. But at the end of the day, bills still need to be paid. I still need to understand myself first.
What the universe does, these sneaky little things. I call them subtle nudges, but it seems like sneaky little things. They might be doing this just to have you make sure you know which way you really want to go. But what they might be saying, and what they did with me on several occasions, is dangle this piece of fruit because I know it's right for me.
Exactly.
Like, this is right for you. And then they tempt you over here with a couple bucks an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Which is more important because they want you to decide for your heart and your self-development and your self-growth, which is the best choice.
Yep.
And then maybe they're going to find another way to give you some help or assistance in another way. In addition, that's what kept happening to me. I would find $500 in my bank account. Who put that there? A friend of my brother's transferred money to my account.
Yep.
I didn't ask for help.
Well, it happened more than once.
It happened more than once. Even other people did something similar. I didn't ask. I didn't go to this. They just did it, and they didn't want it back.
Yep. Right now, I'm seeing it as a current lesson of they're trying to gauge how much confidence and self-worth I have. Because I've mentioned this before. I don't know if I've mentioned this on the show before, but light workers tend to have a tendency to give more than what they get out of it to a point where they get taken advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
So I always do my best to remind people like us, like, hey, it's okay to ask for more. You're telling me in a reality where nothing's limited. Okay, like the stuff that we believe in, we know we're Scott's our back. The reality warpers, they can give us whatever we need or want. Okay, so why settle? There's no point to
Well, Nick, you
doing
are here to do good in the world. You're here to do good in the world.
Yep.
And you never know what kind of doors can be opened by helping those kids. And also like Steve's position where he's a teacher, you never know what kind of changes you're going to spark in those kids. So to me, that is priceless in a sense. So if your needs are being met, you have a job that you enjoy, those kids are getting something out of it. You're getting something out of it. Doors are opening for you. There's a lot of possibility. So
which is a fair point.
Just something to consider, because you can do other things and make real good money. But is your soul going to be fed? Are you going to be filled up? Is your cup going to be filled up?
Well, see, I'm very open-minded. Even if this doesn't end up going the way I want it, I know at the end of the day, there's other avenues I could take to still get to the same goal. Doesn't have to necessarily be this place. Could be a different place. Could still involve kids. Whatever.
Could be. Yeah.
At the end of the day, there is a need that I need to be met, and that's finances. Like, it's just what it is. Like when I say we have very low finances right now, it's very low, and it's getting bad. So like I can't compromise on that. At the moment. I'd rather just do Uber full time because I'm making more doing Uber. I ran the math, and so I'd rather just do that, and I can still reach that audience doing Uber. Because,
is there a way to do both?
That's what I was going to do. I was going to do this. I was going to do that full time, then do Uber overtime. That was the goal. But I'm not going to do that for only $15 an hour. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So especially
I
when
like
they
Teresa's idea. I like her idea where you kind of go to them and say, "Hey, I need to make X amount in order."
It could be a lesson in negotiation skills.
Could very well be.
It could be
a I work on that. Yeah, I can see that.
And I'll tell you why. And fellow. My blessed Leo lions that are out there, and those of you who are filled with tremendous divine masculine energy. I mean, you guys are so centered and so grounded. You just know. You just know when somebody looks at you in the eyes and goes, you guys have that kind of strength. But understand, letting some of the feminine flow in there with some of the empathy for self. Okay.
That's a good point.
Letting some of that can bring you to a negotiation table where you just say, hey, well, I mean, what do you got to lose? You've already made up your mind because you've got that lion energy. You've made up your mind. I'm going for the money. Okay. But in the meantime, you've got an offer on the table. Why not ask them what's going on here?
Yeah.
Because you see what I'm saying? So don't shut the door on yourself, because that's how the universe coaches, guides you. They set you up to make these little decisions that can change the outcome completely.
Yeah.
So
and that's why I'm trying to negotiate it before I make any decisions, because literally the job posting said between 18 to 20.
Yeah.
That amount plus doing Uber, that'd be great. I already did the math. I'd be making roughly like $30 an hour overall, which is perfect. That's why I was asking for it. I don't mind if I love Uber. Uber doesn't feel like working to me.
Yeah.
Like being by myself. I know I'm Sagittarius, so I get to travel all around all day. Like that, I love it. So
it's a new adventure every day, and every day is different.
Yeah, and it's also a new avenue to connect to people, because when you're driving people around,
that's true.
You can make.
But let me just ask you this question, Nick. Now that you've been through this the past couple of days, and you're at this point, how do you feel about this concept or this idea that the universe might be ghosting you? Do you get that feeling?
A little, yeah, because I think that stems from my impatience, because I'm just like, because literally when I'm saying like I am like flat broke. Like I literally hit an overdraft fee on my bank account beginning of this month. Like I'm not like that's the situation. That's why I can't.
I know that
Have
feeling.
leniency.
I was
I know
there.
that feeling.
I was there, just so you know, because I had already moved in October
I
and
was
my deal
more than
fell
there.
through.
Mhm.
The mortgage company was threatening to foreclose on me. The homeowners association was going to slap a lien on me.
Yeah.
I was down to $23 in my bank account.
Mm-hmm.
So I was right where you are. And I could have gone for the brass ring to
Yep.
force a higher sale. But I said, let it go. Do what you have to do. Spend more money on the attic. Spend more money on the roof. I got to get out of there. And that's when I went. And that's when things started flowing.
Yeah.
So just be aware of that. Because you're right at that point. I was thinking the universe is letting me down. And it wasn't.
Right.
And look at the outcome now.
Yep.
So.
Yep, and that's why I try to do my best to stay mindful of. I'm like, okay, in the now, it might not be exactly how I want it, but they're going to gauge how I react to it.
Yeah.
See what my decisions are. There's going to be a new opportunity that arises. You know, I figured out this Uber stuff. I'm making enough on there, so I can wait.
Yep.
For something, for a better opportunity. That
So you're not acting out of fear. That's
Right.
That's what's important.
That's very hard to do.
Yes,
that
is.
takes some practice. Let me tell you.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt about it.
It
But
helps.
once you conquer that fear, then there's nothing else can hurt you.
Right.
What's the worst that can happen?
Exactly. I mean, it helps that I have.
You're prepared no matter what happens. You're prepared.
Oh yeah. If I didn't have
Now,
jobs, I'd be AWOL right now.
You said you didn't have a job for 5 years. You managed that.
Yeah.
You're almost 30 years old and you've managed your adult life. So things are always going to work out for you one way or the other. It's the not knowing that really gets to you. That's the problem we all have.
Yep. Because not knowing means everything's uncertain. I'm not bothered with unknowing. I just like knowing at least a little bit because I like to structure and plan because I'm a life path forward.
You're a Sagittarius. Yeah.
I'm a Sagittarius and I'm a life path forward. So I like
You're always thinking ahead.
It can be chaotic organization, but it has to be organized to an extent. So that's just my nature. So with Uber, I get the vision. I'm like, okay, with Uber, I can do A, B, and C, get the opportunities like this. Then, with the RBT thing, I was like, oh, and then I can do even more light working with this. But, I have to also think about myself. That's not, and like I said, with light workers, you got to remember, thinking about yourself is not bad. Doesn't mean you're greedy. Doesn't mean you're selfish. It's showing self-love.
And no one else is going to do it. I mean, the face mask in the airplane, you put that on yourself first before anybody else. You got to think about you.
Yep.
Here's the interesting spiritual perspective on why these things are happening and why you feel like you don't have control. We're all, and if you subscribe to this concept and idea about, and we've talked about this on past shows, about pre-birth agreements, your blueprint, the plan that you set up, the oversoul that set up your plan for your lifetime, you're literally following that. You can't fail that plan. And having that mindset of knowing that everything's going to work out the way it's meant to, and just trusting and having faith and believing that it will, because that is the most difficult thing to do, is to know that in your heart, that no matter what happens, Nick, you're going to be okay and everything's going to work out exactly the way it's meant to. But it doesn't feel like it when you're in the throes of it. And that's what I'm talking about when we talk about how the universe goes you. This is exactly my point.
It almost feels like they're like making bets, like, oh, he's in a desperate situation. Is he going to fold and settle, or is he actually going to go to the path where he gets actually what he wants? That's what it feels like. It feels like these higher dimensional beings are always betting.
Yeah, and that's good because you have an intuitive feeling about what the purpose of this is. So keep that in the back of your mind, so to speak. And just keep moving forward and do whatever feels good. Whatever feels good and right for you in that moment is going to be what's best for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. Absolutely.
And the same with you guys in chat and, people watching. We're all experiencing this whole thing called life, and it's not easy. It is freaking hard. And you know what? Every single person that's on this earth is an ascended master.
Yep.
We are all ascended masters. This earth school is the toughest school out there.
One of the toughest.
Okay.
Yep.
And every soul out there knows, ooh, you're in the earth school. Oh,
Yep.
wow. You ain't kidding. You ain't lying here. You guys are really top notch.
Yep.
And that's to expand the soul. And that's what we're here on earth to do, is expand our souls.
Yep.
So,
and the universe knows what I want. They know I want to be a millionaire so I can create my own establishment of a secret school of sorts, so I can teach an even bigger demographic.
Well, let's play with that. Let's toy with that a little bit, because I love what you just said here.
Okay.
Let's imagine for a moment that you do have $1 million in your bank account.
Right.
Literally, it is sitting in your bank account.
Right.
You're sitting on the money right now, and you've got it.
Right.
What are you going to do?
What
would you do tomorrow?
I'd buy some land and construct a building.
Okay.
And
so
then,
what's stopping you from looking for land? The fact that you don't have the money, or the mentality that you already have the money, start looking for the land? Now, I know this sounds backwards, but consider it.
I love what she's doing.
yeah, she got me thinking.
Okay.
Consider it.
Okay.
So now you're looking for land. So your whole focus has changed. Wow, I could get this plot of land for this. Okay, what comes after that? What comes after the plot of land? A building?
Yeah, creating the building.
Do you want to build the building? Do you want it already to exist? What do you?
And this is why you're here. You practice it.
You've got that $1 million in the bank. Nothing's stopping you now. And all your needs are met. Now, isn't that interesting?
Yeah. With that part, I feel like it'd be either or. If the land already had a building and I really liked it, I'd be cool with that. But if it was just like flat land and there's nothing on it, then I have a general idea of how I would make it. So either one. So I'm a little bit more fluid on that step, I would say.
Milky Way's got an interesting, I'm going to address this. I'm sorry, but I think there is something deeper that is keeping you doing what you really need to do. My question is, what is it? I can see by your face, there's something. I'm just being honest here. I don't understand that. Anybody? Yeah. There's something deeper that's keeping you doing what you really need to do. Yeah. Not sure, Robert, what you mean by that. Interesting.
I don't know.
He's picking up on something.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about pure and simple manifesting. So when you manifest, you have to imagine that you already have it. That's the key to manifesting. You don't need to know how. You don't need to know why. You don't need to know when. You just want to think about it. You want to imagine it. You want to be really in it, because that's how things are going to shift and change.
Yep.
Because the mentality of lack is only going to give you more of that. You're just going to continue to be in lack. I don't have enough money to pay my bills.
Well,
Okay. All right, Laurie, I hear what you're saying. Okay. Now I got all this money, but that doesn't pay my bills. I get you. But what I'm trying to say is, think about the thoughts you're thinking and what kind of energy you're putting out in the universe. Okay. I realize the reality of being able to pay your bills, but don't let that hold you back from the dream that the things you really want, the things that you feel like your soul wants to do and express itself that way.
Right.
So at least in your mind, that can be created.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm in a lacking mindset. I wouldn't say that. I'm just realistic,
Yeah.
I was being realistic too, and Laurie gave me that same talk.
Really? Maybe
and it took me, it was like her taking a stick of dynamite and putting it under me. That's what it took. She had to say it to me more than once in a couple of different ways, and so were my guides. And like Robert's saying, he's seen that look before from others who are caught between making a decision. It's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
I just simply chose the other way.
Right.
I chose to let go of, I wasn't going to pay these bills they were trying to charge me. I wasn't going to cooperate with my real estate agent because I thought she was lowering it too much and giving away the farm too much just to make the sale because we had been at it for 5 months. Okay. So I resisted, and the more I resisted and the more I went after the flow of what I thought was going to make me more, I ended up not getting anywhere close to what I wanted. For example, I ended up having, after putting out all this money for the roof repair and the attic cleanup, I ended up having another inspection and then coming in and saying it wasn't good enough. And they walked away from the settlement table. Overnight, I lost the whole nest egg. But when I started thinking the way Laurie was talking, I let go of that. Go ahead, Laurie.
I've got to interrupt you because here's the reality of the situation. For you, Teresa, and for you, Nick, what's happening is you're meeting each hurdle dead on, okay?
Yeah.
So you realize I need to make some money. Uber's going to do it for me.
Right.
You just made that decision and you went with that. Teresa, yours didn't happen the way it was supposed to because those people were not meant to have your house.
Nope.
And it wasn't the best possible scenario for you. But what you guys do is each and every situation that pops up, you shift, you move, you do whatever you need to do to make it through that situation. Yeah. It's everything's happening the way it's meant to. I know that's a hard stretch for people, but I'm telling you, this is how it works. The universe is pure intelligence. It knows your plan. It knows what you're trying to achieve, and it's going to support you. The only time it won't support you because it's not in your best interest.
Right.
And that's where you meet the resistance. So resistance is teaching you, just as we're talking about this human curriculum, you're being taught by this experience.
That's right.
So you know what you don't want. Now you know what you do want. And that's what I'm trying to get you to do, is to think about what you want in the future. Imagine it as if you already have it.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay, you're saying to focus more, basically.
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting.
Yes, focus and let go. I had to let go of $25,000, and I had to spend an extra 10 here.
But ultimately, you didn't lose anything.
I didn't lose anything. It's an investment, and this place is worth $30,000 more than it was when I bought it already. Right. Already, and I'm more comfortable than I would have been had I pushed forward to get that extra 25. You see, and then I would have ended up spending even more here, and it would have taken me years to get what I want here.
Hey,
but now
Charles.
I have, you see, so that's the subtle ways the universe is working with you to help you make those decisions. And we're not telling you what to do.
No,
we're just letting you know how we've
getting you to think.
And
so is Charles. Now listen to this. An idea for Nick. Start hosting a few Zoom workshops or classes on the teachings that you would like to offer. Begin online and then eventually move to a physical location. There's another.
It's funny that Charles actually mentions that because I'm literally doing that. It's just with all the grief that I've been dealing with, it's been on the back burner. So now that I'm starting to get my momentum back, I should probably start exploring that more. So thank you for reminding me, Charles. Because Jasmine made a website. Like all I have to do is get my ducks in a row and give her the classes that I can teach. And so
you're working now. You've got money coming in.
Yeah.
Start a little bit at a time.
Right.
Start on a website. Figure out how much that's going to cost you. Set that money aside for the website. Incrementally, slowly but surely, steps. Make your steps go in that direction.
Yep.
Whatever direction you choose to go into, that's how you're going to do it. But Charles is absolutely right that you could do that.
Yeah. It's an idea that we've been working on. Yeah. It's been an idea that we've worked on. It's just with the homicide case and the suicide case, and and the financial
Yeah,
stress.
see, you've been through a lot.
Yeah.
You've been through a lot.
Yeah, I've been grieving. I haven't been in my creative mode. I've been in like refocusing, rethinking what I want in life, et cetera, because those two individuals, they were a big chunk, like a piece to my plans, basically.
Yeah.
You know, when I was thinking of winning, I was adding them to it, you know.
What
They
makes
were
you
part of
think
the
they're
puzzle.
still not part of that plan?
I get that, but you know, I was like, my expectations were like, oh yeah, we'll be old together.
They're in
on the
spirit.
porch.
They're in spirit. They have a much wider, broader view of
Yeah.
what you're going through and what's happening. They can help you more in spirit sometimes than they can in life.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Laurie. It's just, you know, we have the human side, you know, we have the expectations. So like like my higher self knows this, but this lower self is figuring it out, you know. So I've been
Here's another good point from Charles. I love you, Charles. You
Right
are
on,
amazing.
Charles.
You have been in reactive mode, Nick. It's now time to move into proactive mode. Okay, yes, you had some deaths to deal with. You dealt with it. It's time to move on and get on with your life and do what you need to do. For what benefits you, for what's going to be good for you. You're here living your life still. Continue to do that and get on track.
Yeah.
And I really believe that's what Charles' point is.
I agree.
Get busy
that's
living or get busy doing nothing about it.
Yeah, I
How's
agree.
it gonna go?
Yeah, that's why I started doing Uber. Like I've been doing it
Mm-hmm.
between 8 to 10 hours a day, every day.
It's good money.
But he brought up a good point about the website thing. I need to start working on that. So
start moving in the direction you want to. Find the passion. What are you passionate about? Think about it.
Yeah, we literally have the website. It's just not live yet. We literally have it. We just need to fill more of the content in it. So
okay, but at least you're starting somewhere, and that's how this gets created. That's how you create your now. Yeah. But no matter what, Nick, everything's going to work out exactly the way it's meant to, and you're going to have and do all the things that you want in your life. No doubt about it. What do you think, Brian? What's your thoughts on that? I love it because Nick's given us this perfect example. I love that.
Yeah.
Just put it out to the universe. You know, the universe only give you what you can handle. Like with all the stuff that you're going through now, if you couldn't handle it, the universe wouldn't be putting all this on you. They know that you're strong enough to be able to handle all this. They want to see you persevere over all this. So, you know, it's up to you how you want to approach things. Are you going to want to just keep weighing on you, or are you just going to kind of let it go and go with the flow and see what happens?
Yeah.
Well, see, that part of that is why I'm like trying to figure out how to juggle that, because a lot of my lessons as of late is learning to let go. So I'm currently like it feels kind of like in between a rock and a hard place. I'm like, you want me to let go? Now you're wanting me to be more proactive. Okay, I'm dealing with grief. I'll step back. Even if my bank account goes to zero, I'll still step back. I'll trust the process. But I got reading recently saying, in January you need to start picking it back up. So that's what I've been doing. That's why I started Uber. So now I'm being more proactive. So I just see this as a learning curve. Like I'm not freaking out about it. I just see it as a learning curve. And I don't know. I figure it out. I have good support systems with you guys and the Chad and Jasmine, etc. So I'm not. It's stressful, but I'm not like in despair about it.
You will get through it. You will get through it.
Like I said before, this is like my fourth reset. Like from literally zero to more.
Talk to me about resets.
Yeah. So
I'm in my 60s, Nick. I've had many resets.
I believe it.
Many ups and downs, and I can tell you from personal experience and from my age that you will get through this and you'll come out the other side. No matter what you think right now, it will happen.
I appreciate the confidence.
Yeah. It's truth. I speak truth from my own experience, and I've been through some crazy stuff. Let me tell you. Crazy stuff.
Oh yeah. I always tell people there's only two kinds of people that have been through worse than me, and that is people who've been trafficked and people who experience war. If you haven't done any of those things, my life. I mean, not to like be like, oh, my victim card's bigger than yours, but it's the truth.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I know I can get through it.
You will. You will get through it.
Yeah, I will.
And
Get
you
through
will come out the other side.
Yeah.
You will. Remember, you got $1 million in the bank right now.
it. Yeah, you're right.
Okay? Seriously. This is I'm not joking. I am dead serious about this. You got $1 million in the bank. You're set.
Yeah.
That's the mindset you want to have.
Yeah.
That will help you. That will help you leaps and bounds. Just continue to do what you need to do on a daily basis to keep the money coming in, and then start your little side projects and get it going. And don't be afraid to fail. It's okay to fail because that's how we learn. Big time. I learned more from my failures than I ever did my successes.
That's true. That is how it works.
Yeah. I don't know, you guys in chat, what do you think about all this? You guys
I like what
resonating
Charles
with this?
just said here, because I can relate to this.
What'd he say?
During times of tribulation and troubles, our guides and spiritual team is closer than ever, even when it seems they are silent.
Exactly.
Oh, that's very true.
Exactly right.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I mentioned Toth to you today. Go have a talk before you make up your mind. Sit down with Thoth.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
And
that's
you
true
know-
though. Yeah, I've been getting all kinds of synchronicities, like messages through like billboards and like there's been YouTube notifications from places I'm not even subscribed to giving me angel numbers. I'm like, where is that popping up from? So, yeah,
you know the channeler, Bashar.
Yeah, I've heard him.
He always goes, okay, well then. He would say to you, okay, well then, Nick. What do you give yourself permission to feel? And what is going to make you feel fulfilling your passion at this moment? And if you say, well, I can't make up my mind, it's either going to be the money, or I think it's the money, or it's going to be this career opportunity, but maybe it should just be the money because that's what I need the most right now. He would say to you, why do you give your self-permission to feel confused one way or the other? Just do what makes you feel good right now. The other stuff will flow when it needs to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So don't let anybody talk you out of it, because sometimes money is the choice. And if you have to dig yourself out of a hole for a little while and then go back to picking this up again, you have another interview with another place.
Yep.
You know, but
you have endless opportunities.
Yeah. You'll either way, you're making a self-sacrifice either way, because you're sacrificing because you would like to have both. And
right.
Still go back and try to negotiate first. That's what I would do.
That's what I'm doing,
yeah. And then if it doesn't work, then make your decision. Give yourself permission to be happy.
Yeah.
Not miserable. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't be making yourself feel miserable over one or the other. Just follow your heart.
I'm just saying, if you're going to put a job posting for $20 an hour and then tell them, oh, you're getting 15, by the way, that's a slap in the face.
They might be unaware of it. They might not realize. I had this happen with a blind company. They thought they quoted me a price. They sent me a letter, and I'm like, this isn't the price you quoted me. I'm just like, now I can let this go and walk away from the deal or go somewhere else, or I can call them back and go, what is this? Right. I called them back and said, what is this? And they're like, what are you talking about? I said, this is the email. Here it is. And they're like, no. So I got a credit back in my account because they overcharged me because it wasn't what they quoted me. If I hadn't gone, okay. So I wasn't being nasty. And that's another thing Laurie has been working with me on, because I can be real demanding. Okay?
Oh yeah. I'm not being.
She's like, so it's how you conduct yourself in that conversation. I've heard her talk to her customers better than I ever talked to mine. I was so much more driving. She's a lot more customer friendly than I used to be, because I was dealing with big projects and big bucks, and I didn't have time to fool around. But you get more. What is it? You get
more with honey than you do vinegar.
So just call them up and say, hey, I got this letter and I'm sorry. I was just like, whoa, this is a game changer for me. Did you really mean this?
Yeah.
And maybe they didn't, Robert. I
Yep.
mean, and maybe they didn't, Nick, But
Yeah.
anyway,
Well,
give
what-
yourself permission
you-
to feel joy on whatever decision you end up making.
You want to know what I thought happened? So
Huh.
the job posting was for the East Side facility. I was talking with that manager first, but she told me the times for it. And I told her, I was like, well, with that schedule, I live on the West Side. I might not be able to make it on time on that designated time. So they transitioned me to the West facility because I guess she really liked me. So she didn't want to lose me. So she was like, go to the West facility. And during that interview, I realized that person didn't even realize it was her that sent her my way. So I'm thinking it was a lack of communication.
There's a lack of communication between the two sides, but here's something else. You have to spend your budget by the end of the year, and you're funded for a certain amount of people at a certain hourly rate.
Right.
So the West Side might have a different budget than the East Side. So nobody did anything deliberately to lowball you.
Yeah.
It could be that they're just doing their thing in their process because that's what, but you won't know until you call and find out.
I want to reiterate, when I said they're lowballing me, I didn't mean the company. I meant the universe is having a test on me right now. Like they're doing some kind of test. And
they're waiting to see how you're going to react to it,
Exactly.
and they're testing they're going through this for a reason. You might
Nick,
not know
this
what
is
that
the
reason
universe.
is right now.
Nick, hello. The universe is asking, are you listening?
I have enough under my belt now in the metaphysics to notice when they're doing some tomfoolery. So yeah, that's why I'm perceiving. I'm not blaming the company. No, it's testing me. They're trying to see how I react.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
We love Nick. We're not ganging up on him,
No,
Charles. We
no,
love him.
we're-
We want the best
We're
for
trying
him.
to help them.
Yep.
And I thought it was a great example to bring up for the show on the topic at hand. So I don't mind throwing my laundry out there to teach.
Yeah, it's all good.
No,
Yep.
we really appreciate you sharing this.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming to the end here, but we did want to do something tonight. And usually we do like a card read or something like that with Sophia, but Sophia's got some things going on. But Teresa has opted and agreed to do a spirit message for us. And this is for the collective.
Yeah.
So Teresa, who are you going to pull in? You want to give us any info on that? Anything specific? Or are you just going to go with the message?
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pull in
and this is a message for the collective, for all watching, those who will watch in the
for
future.
everyone watching, yes.
And those that are here now.
Mm-hmm.
So spirit message.
I'm going to call in one of my closest advisors and someone I deeply love, who has helped me with a great deal of healing, because he and I chatted again today, and I'm talking about an angelic energy. So for those of you who don't resonate with angelics, just listen to the message, and maybe the message will mean something to you. His name is Archangel Raphael, and he works with Earth Mother, Gaia, and Mother Earth, whatever you want to call that divine feminine energy of the earth itself. And he's been working with me on a very important message that goes not only with this program, but what a lot of you are feeling in society. So I hope this resonates. Raphael, here at your service, my dear friends and my dear loved ones. Yes, it's true. I've been working with Teresa on some very important lessons, and it has to do with letting go. And just about everything you'll be talking about in this curriculum requires that you let go of old ways of thinking, that you trust in your own divinity, but that you don't get wrapped up in your programming. And that's what's going on in society today. People need to trust more. And they've lost a sense of faith. They've lost a sense of hope. And they've lost trust in institutions and things that they've created to manage life more efficiently that have overtaken them and overwhelmed them and turned them into pathways that don't lead to their greatest good and don't lead to a more optimistic view of the world or of one another. But many of you are on this journey of awakening or ascension, as you call it. But the mind and the body need to have time for healing too. And we are so busy with our day-to-day work schedules. I know, because I've been down there. I've been through the grind. But allowing the connection with nature, allowing the grounding with earth, allowing Earth Mother, the waters of life to flow through you. These are all symbolic gestures, but they're natural. In the summertime, you spend more time outdoors. But know that you have that nature is always within you. So the waterfall is in your heart. And all of the grounding that you do with your feet in the summer and spring, that grounding is still there in your thought. So you can put yourself in a happy place. Take time out, even if it's only 5 minutes a day, to just ground with nature and ground in your mind with those thoughts and breathe and let go of the things that bring you grief. Let go of all of the old programming on how you think you should act about something and how you think you might feel if you embrace something that's totally not in alignment with the frequency that you are now on this ascension path. All of you. And I've had this discussion with Teresa. 5 years, 7 years, you've known each other or more through different programs, through different shows, through different chat rooms. And yet some of you are still stuck in that same cycle of being miserable or giving yourself permission to feel really bad when something happens, or not trusting in the universal flow that you will find peace and happiness in your hearts and in your minds when you let go of the ego, let go of the programming, and just trust yourself. Love self first. We all say, oh, we need to be in service to others because that's what we're here for. It's to serve one another. Well, partly that is true. And it's through that service work that you learn how to remember who you truly are and where you truly came from. But it starts with loving self and doing things for self first. This was a wonderful discussion that you were all having tonight because it was open and it was honest and it was true. And people said things that they had lived through or experienced. We in the angelic realm admire that and appreciate that. We're here to help you think about things. We're here to help you find the words. But we're also here to help heal you. And that healing isn't about being sick. It isn't about being psychologically malformed or maldeveloped. It's the healing from within in your own heart. It's about how you view yourself, your self-worth, and your value. Be true to yourselves. Let go of things that make you feel miserable. Stop parking, as Teresa would say, in that space that she discovered is not the right place to park. Don't park in a tow-away zone. Park your thoughts and your minds and your hearts in your self-improvement, in your self-growth. What brings you peace? What brings you joy and happiness? What makes you feel productive? And don't worry about, oh, well, what if I don't do this over here, or if I don't do that over there? That's when I get so many come to me and ask me for healing and support because they've gotten themselves in to that groove. You don't need to be in that space. Mother Earth has your back. The angelic realm has your back, and many other beings as well. So our message to you tonight is stand firm in who you are. Trust your divinity. Love yourself, support one another, and continue to support others as best you can. And Nick, you're right. Don't let anyone take advantage of you. You're better than that. You do what makes you feel right and true. Your true self. Just be Nick.
Mm-hmm.
And don't worry about anyone else or anybody else's opinion. Just be Nick. As Teresa learned, just be yourself. And don't worry about what everybody else thinks, says, feels, or does. So much love and favor to each and every one of you. Many blessings for the new year. It is going to be a tremendous year of growth for you all. You've already grown to a huge extent. God's source loves you. All of the entities and beings in the universe love you and support you 100% in everything you choose to do because you chose to do it. Okay? You make the choices. You're responsible for your outcomes. And nobody judges you or criticizes you or condemns or complains, at least not here, because we've all been through it and learned our lessons, and you're learning yours. So stay true to yourself and love one another. Be peacekeepers. Be light workers. Be of service to others. But more importantly, be of service to self through love. Thank you for listening. And we love you and appreciate all of you. And thank you for using this platform to share your messages and your learnings and understandings openly, honestly, and truthfully as you understand it with one another. Go in peace and be blessed.
Thank you, Archangel Raphael. God's love upon you. Thank you for the message. We appreciate you greatly. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, Laurie.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Thank you, Nick.
Well, that was very powerful. As you know, Teresa does channel. And that's who came through. So that was a wonderful, beautiful message.
Well, I didn't know he was going to do that.
Yeah,
part of it.
that was powerful. Yeah. Thank
I didn't
you
know
so
he was
much.
going to go that far, but I'm glad he did. But I don't. I'll have to watch later.
You'll have to rewatch it, yeah, because you're not there. You've checked out. Well, Sophia has joined us. Hi, Sophia. So good to see you.
Hi, Sophia.
Yeah.
We were coming to the end of the show, and we were kind of missing your card pull for the collective, and Teresa went ahead and spontaneously did a channeling there from Archangel Raphael. So that was awesome. You okay there, Teresa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. I don't know how much of the show you caught, Sophia, but we were just talking about how the universe ghosts you. I don't know if you saw the trailer, if you're familiar with it, but do you have anything to speak about?
When the universe ghosts you, there was only one time where I had radio silence with spirit and my guides, and that was a very, very, very long time ago. And it was when I made some very unhealthy choices. It's kind of like silence speaks volumes kind of thing. It didn't last for very long, but it felt like forever.
Yeah.
So it can happen. It's only happened to me once, but
how'd you get through it?
Huh?
How did you get through it?
Prayer and meditation. A lot of it. Honoring myself, self-care, coming back to center, admitting a shortcoming, which facilitated that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel that arrogance is conflicting information, and at that point, there was a lot of, believe it or not, you know, arrogance that I was navigating. And it was a very dark and personal time of my life. But it was kind of not scary, but it was just kind of like if they didn't have anything to say, they were like, okay, we'll wait. We'll wait.
Oh, silence is golden. It was that we're waiting for you, Sophia.
Yeah.
That's what they did. They waited for you to come around. You weren't quite ready, maybe, huh?
Well, I had to release a lot of anger because that was a very volatile time of my life. And this is decades ago. But I think that if it wouldn't have happened like that, I wouldn't have as much value on my connection with Source. Because I didn't, I guess until there was no like observable energetic pulse, I didn't, I guess, appreciate how much my connection to Source is intricately part of who and what I am.
Yeah.
Also, too, being angry is a huge block.
It is. It can be dangerous for somebody. You don't want to be at that frequency. That can be dangerous to work like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for having me. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, it's all good.
Glad you made it.
Glad you popped in.
Yeah, you could be like me where I'm all moving around on my phone.
We had a really good discussion and we talked a lot with Nick. He had a lot to add to the topic tonight. So that was really cool.
Good.
So,
I'm excited for the rewatch.
Yeah, I'm going to have to rewatch it too.
I think we all are there was a lot to absorb, but I really hope that everybody got something out of it tonight. And that's what these discussions are designed to do. And this is why the work that we do is so important. And I don't see it as work. It really is a passion. I love getting up here. I love talking about spiritual things. I love the love and support that we have from everybody here, the panel, the people who watch, the ones who silently watch. It's a safe place to come and discuss spirituality, modern spirituality, and the religion of the self. I like to say it that way because it really is. It's about 100% you. And where else do people focus on yourself? Not very many other places, unless you're a spiritual channel. There's many of them out there, but we're unique. We're literally experiencing these things from week to week. We've been doing this since 2020. We've discussed so many different topics.
Yeah.
It's really beneficial for the collective and the people that watch. It's so important. And others who are getting into this, like Lucky, others who have channels, support those people because being a light worker is not easy and you get ridiculed. And, there's a lot of people that poo-poo the woo-woo. Okay. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm fine with that. Because the things that I experience, the things that we go through on a day-to-day basis is extraordinary. And not everyone is experiencing that. And we are the ones that came here to experience this time in this reality and in life and in this time to be the change we all seek. And this is how it starts. One person, one by one. And then we come together and then we become powerful. So again, we're all ascended masters here. We're all in the master class and we're getting it done. And I feel good about it. So
we're just remembering who we are.
There you go. That's it. That's totally it.
Yep, I totally agree.
Yep. So thank you all for coming tonight. Appreciate you. Watch for the trailer for next week for episode 3. And of course, the first episode is in the playlist and this one along with it. So hope you all are getting something out of it. And everybody that's here, we're sending so much love your way. Be patient with yourself. You're learning. Things are evolving the way they're meant to. Have some patience with yourself and be good to yourself. And remember, positive things. Stick with the positive. What's good about your situation, no matter what it is or how bad it is, find the good in everything. It's so important, you guys. So important.
And I love this lucky stone. No one is more miserable than the person who runs from the truth. Plato. Sometimes we need time to stop and look at our truth without thought, reaction, or judgment.
Exactly.
Right on, Lucky.
Yeah.
Right on.
Well said, Lucky. Yep. Well said. Don't forget, you guys, Lucky has a show tomorrow night. We'll catch that. And also Milky Way Soul Tribe as well. Don't miss his show. You guys, let's support each other. It's really, really important. And it's all good. It's good for the soul. It's good for the heart.
Right.
All right, you guys. Peace out, everybody. And until next week.
Yep. Good night,
the
everyone.
frequency you want to receive.
Bye, folks.
Bye-bye.